What's up everyone, hope you're doing well. First of all, I wanted to thank you for the comeback on the two previous vlog videos, the one of Stenos and the one of Street Workout Fest. I think they are pretty cool with the new material. I think you liked it as well, because the ratio between the views and the likes is very good. I'm very happy about it, and I hope it allowed me to share a little the experience and the global feeling around all of that, right? They were both very interesting experience. Even if I lived it once last year, reliving it with more experience, I don't know, it's nice, right? And I'm happy because it was really not like last year. It was really different. It was really different. So I'm very happy about it. Anyway, why am I doing this video? Big question. First of all, I wanted to talk about why I want to stop competitions, and second of all, I wanted to talk to you about why am I doing this, all of this, recording videos, training, sharing my training. I could just train and do it on my own, not try to make videos on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc, etc. I think I'm doing all of this because I want to federate. I want calisthenics practitioners to see what I'm doing and be like, okay, that's cool, it's giving me hope, it's giving me energy to get out of my bedroom, to get out of my chair, my couch, anywhere, my bed, and start moving, start doing things, start moving around, start thinking about something else, thinking that life is okay, thinking that everything is okay, and thinking that there is pretty things to be done with your two arms and your chest and your shoulders and your back, right? And you can do great things even if you're a nobody. I'm a complete nobody. I'm a 5'3" French guy that was not really brilliant at school or whatever, but I managed to become okay, right? At least in sports, I managed to become okay, right? And I want you to realize, I want you to have hope. That's after all my biggest goal. I want to provide an intention, I want to provide a vision, right? An aesthetic proposition, right? That's what I want to give you guys. I want to give you an aesthetic proposition, and I want it to be good enough to motivate and inspire people. It might be a bit presumptuous to tell you that I'm able to do something like that, right? But that's kind of what I would like to do in life, right? I want for people, when they see my work, to be like, even if they don't like sport, even if they don't like what I'm doing, even if they don't like me, I want it to transcend, right? I want what I do to transcend all of these and be objectively nice to watch, right? I want to provide something that will motivate no matter who I am, what I've done in my life, etc, etc, right? So it's a big goal, right? And I'm not saying I've managed to do it, and I'm not saying that I will ever manage to do it. However, I do think that I can federate by my style, my name, my aesthetic proposition, or even artistic proposition. I don't want to call it artistic proposition. I don't think it's art, or if you want to consider it as a dance, right? Maybe it could be an art then. Maybe if you want to consider it as choreography, dance, ballet, whatever. So that's my first goal, and that's why I've been doing competition, is because I do think that competition is a nice medium in order to share what you're doing to, first of all, a crowd, which is much more fulfilling than just doing videos on internet, right? You're seeing the reaction of people in direct live, you're seeing the reaction of people directly after you've done the move, or even during the movement, you hear the crowd shout and you hear the crowd say your name and cheer you, right? And it's giving them hope and it's giving you energy, right? And I just think that competition have been allowing me to do that, and slowly I've started to lose my main goal, which was to practice and show the practice to people and to give energy to people, right? And I started to want to win, which is, I think, not what I want. I don't really care about winning, especially not in the type of competition that exists currently, right? The tournament type competition, because it's based on too many things but being good at the sport, right? A winner of this type of tournament is very good. Of course, you cannot be bad if you win a tournament. However, you don't have to be the best, right? You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the the best, right? It's based on many other factors than how good you've trained and how stylish you are and how knowledgeable you are about the sport, etc., etc. I'm not saying because I've never won. It's not something I'm telling you out of anger because I've never won, because I'm the uncrowned king and shit like that. I don't care about winning. As I said, that's really not my goal. My goal was to create content around my sets and to inspire people while doing stuff, right? And I think I've won. For this, at least, I've won. I'm telling you that because it's so random. Like like Ilias. Ilias is very strong. He's warming up. It hurts the bicep. Could not do stenos. Is he weaker than me? Is he weaker than Melvin? Is he weaker than Andrev? No. It's just bad luck. It happens. It's like that. He did a freaking very freaking intense preparation, and he still did not participate. Still lost first round, right? It's like, I don't know, it depends as well on where you are positioned in the tree. For example, if you have a very easy tree, well, you will win. If you have a very difficult tree, well, it's bad luck. Maybe you will win, but maybe you'll be very tired when it will be time to do your thing. It's at the end of the day, you can tell yourself, yeah, it's excuses, you could do better, you could always do better, etc., etc. But no, it's part of it. It's part of it, right? It is part of it because at the end of the day, competition is only lasting for a day, and you only have so much energy for one day. You can rest 4 hours if you really gave 100,000% on a round. Well, you'll be tired for the next one. That's how it works. That's it, right? And of course, you can prepare for that, and you can do everything in order to prepare for that. And you can think that what I'm saying is excuses, but really think about it. Really think about it. Such events, like for example, I'm thinking about sumo. A tournament this big like that takes place in multiple days. It really makes no sense to make such a big event in such a small period of time anyway, right? So if you're facing all the strongest athletes in one tree and your opponent is facing all the easiest athletes in one branch of the tree, well, the final at the end of the day, even if he's weaker than you or even if you're the same level, if he did not exhaust himself, well, he did not exhaust himself, and that's about that, right? So I'm not talking about my specific case. I'm saying that luck have too big grasp on the outcome of a competition, and at the end of the day, it is not what I've been working for. I cannot put so much energy in something if at the end of the day the outcome will be based on luck and the opinion of the judges. Even something that really bothered me in tournament is that there is a first place, a second place, and a third place. That's not how a tournament works. It is not how a tournament works. A tournament works, there is one guy that lost 0 round, 2 guys that lost 1 round, and 2 guys that lost 2 rounds. That's it. There is one winner and only losers. That's how it works. There's not second place in a tournament. That's not a race. In a race, there is a first one, a second one, a third one. But in a calisthenics tournament, there is one champion that won the tournament and only losers. That's how it works. Even the system of the competition or the idea behind it is a bit weird. The conditions in these sports are not optimal, right? You need to pay your plane ticket, your room, your food, your everything, right? You need to do everything, and I just don't think it's rewarding anymore, right? I've done a couple of competitions, maybe 10, 12, I don't know, something like that, and I've gained nothing much from it, right? I've managed to show myself to the world, which was the goal, right? Which was the goal. But more than that, I think as well that people are starting to get tired from these. I've seen it at Stenos, I've seen it at Street Workout Fest, I've seen it at other competition. I feel like people are getting tired of that, and people want maybe more show than competition, because just people want to enjoy what people are doing, right? They don't want to be there and don't really understand what's happening. They see movement, nobody explained them how difficult it is, etc., etc. At the end of the day, I'm not sure that competition is relevant anymore. I'm going to do a little planche and I'm coming back. I think that we are going to face a major change in this sport, right? As I said, I think that people are starting to get bored of competition and stuff like that. I think that it's going to be time for events like maybe ISN, Iberians to shine, right? Some one-on-one battles with a lot of show, a lot of a lot less luck, and a lot more intention. And I don't know how to explain. I think it's going to be more interesting. I'm not saying it's the optimal thing, right? I'm not saying it's the solution, but I do think that it's going to change a lot, and I hope in the future to see more interesting events, less tournament type. So yeah, all of this, it's making me not really want to participate in a competition like that anymore. I hope you understand, but it does not mean I won't do any events. If it's one-on-one battles or even just show in general, just having fun, showing off your skills to people and stuff, events or whatever, something new, something that changes. Competition are starting, or at least, as I said, competition like that are starting to be irrelevant, to me at least, and to a lot of people, I think. So to finish this video, I do think that the competition was a good medium for me in order to show what I'm able to do. I do think, however, that right now it's not the best way, I think, to show what I'm doing anymore. And I think I will just focus from now on into doing stuff that makes me happy, right? Having fun and maybe creating new stuff, because as well, something that I did not mention, the style of competition is preventing you from being a bit daring and being a bit original, right? It's pretty hard to be very original when you're doing competition, just for a simple rule, right? Simple reason. For example, when you are doing your run, you'll have a bonus if you're doing 45 seconds without leaving your apparel, right? Let's say you're doing 45 seconds on P-bars or on rings, you'll have a bonus point for the combo, right? So it's going to prevent you from doing floor, because I don't think it's doable to do 45 seconds on floor with hard skills, unless you want to do L-sit on floor and stuff like that, right? So it's preventing from people to do floor, it's preventing people from doing rings, because it's very hard to do 45 seconds on rings, it's preventing people from doing high bar and stuff like that, right? As well, it's asking you to be very strong in pull and to be as strong in push, which is something that is maybe taking you back from what you could be in push or what you could be in pull, right? Like for me, I like pull, right? I just don't like all the skills in pull. I like to do dodge, pull up, maybe wide stuff, etc. But all the sat and stuff, it's just not my thing. And I have to force myself to learn it and to do it, etc., etc. And I just don't think it's good for me to force myself to learn skills like that, especially when I could learn to do other things on other apparel, like rings, like floor, etc., etc. To sum up, to finish this video, I just think that competition, at least the way they are currently, it's preventing me from having fun by the fact that it forces me to work on skills that I don't really like. It's not really fair, because it's based on a lot of luck and based on factors that you cannot control. It's just not allowing me to express myself the way I want, and it's not allowing me to show people what I really, really would like to show, in order to share my experience of this sport. Because at the end of the day, as I said 12 times already, I'm doing all of that for people to have my vision of this sport and to just enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it and as I'm still enjoying it. So to finish, I realized that people are getting a bit tired of this style of competition, and I do think that it's going to be time to do something else, right? To do something else. I don't know what's going to be next. I don't know what style of competition is going to be next, but I think tournament type competition is completely dead. People are washed out from it. They are not interested anymore, and I can understand. It's a bit redundant, right? It's a bit repetitive at the end of the day. So I'm very excited for the future. I don't know what's going to be next, but I'll be there and I'll be watching. Take care of you and see you very soon.